I created G-plans out of nutrition frustration. One day during nutrition studies at Duke University, we came across a revelation. We discovered that everyone has a completely unique metabolic structure and type. Eating a generic diet program will not get you the results you want, and you will continue on a path of yo-yo dieting forever. Ultimately, sustainable food programs are built within your own specific metabolic template.
I eat what Dr. G tells me to eat for my metabolic type. I don't call this program a diet because I eat more than on other programs.
Hello, welcome to another nutrition masterclass. So today we have a great topic. We're going to discuss how to improve your digestion. So definitely at some point, we're going to experience issues with digestion. It's just normal that will happen on occasion. However, if it's happening more often, you definitely may need to look at a few things that you could change in order to more benefit your digestion. So we're going to discuss today some things that can kind of impair your digestion, things maybe you didn't think about, and some easy ways to help benefit your gut microbiome and your digestion in general as well. So do want to mention today also, we have another really good offer for you today. So definitely check out, if you're a G-Plans member, look out in your email. We're going to have another great offer. So for a 15-minute call with a nutritionist, that will be just $10 if you're watching this live today. So take advantage of that. A great way to really move forward with your meal plan. So be on the lookout for that. And so excited to see everyone tuning in here. Good to see you. I see Evelyn, Giselle, Glory, Karen, Suzanne, Dawn. Good to see all of you. I see as well you're kind of chiming in on some issues you're experiencing as well. So with this presentation today, of course, keep in mind, please feel free to continue adding any questions that you may have personally or comments you may have in that chat box, and I'll take some questions at the end. And I'm also going to be showing, of course, my email address. So if you have something that's a little more personal or you want to reach out to me individually, please feel free to send me an email that way as well. So we'll get started here. All right. Okay, so how to improve your digestion. Oh, you'll see here is my email. It's just my first name, period, Mark Wilson at g-plans.com. Please feel free to send me an email, any questions, anything you may have. All right, so how to improve your digestion. Having a strong digestive system is so important for overall health. Through digestion, our bodies break down the food that we eat into nutrients our bodies then use for energy, growth, and repair. While it is common to definitely experience digestive issues on occasion, it's vital to focus on improving your digestion to ensure that you are really absorbing the nutrients your body needs effectively. Your gut microbiome, or the balance of bacteria in your digestive system, affects your health as a whole by controlling the digestion of food, your immune system, central nervous system, and bodily processes. So today we're going to discuss a few ways your digestion can be impaired and some easy tips on how to improve your digestion as well. So definitely share with me in the chat box, what are your specific questions when it comes to improving digestion? Please feel free to share anything there, and we'll discuss at the end of this presentation. All right, so starting with, how can digestion be impaired? First off, a lack of fiber. So if you consume primarily simple carbohydrates that are more highly processed, things like white pasta, white bread, etc., you're likely not consuming enough fiber. In addition to spiking your blood sugar, simple carbohydrates are not rich in fiber like complex carbs. Opting for whole grain choices, fruits and vegetables that are more minimally processed has been shown to help improve digestion and overall health. So, in addition to getting more fiber in those foods, you'll also notice that with the complex carbohydrates, the fiber actually helps to reduce that blood sugar spike. So complex carbs make it so that our blood sugar doesn't spike so rapidly and stays at a more even level long term. Secondly, a sedentary lifestyle. Exercise and activity help food to move through our digestive system. So when we're less active, this can play a role in slowing down your digestion. One study in healthy individuals showed that moderate exercise helped to increase gut transit time by nearly 30%. That's a pretty good amount. Stress. Stress has been associated, of course, with stomach ulcers, diarrhea, constipation, and irritable bowel syndrome. Stress hormones directly affect your digestion. When your body is in fight or flight mode, it thinks you don't have enough time to rest and digest. During periods of stress, blood and energy are diverted away from your digestive system and thus does slow down your digestion overall. So while of course stress can be inevitable at times, it's very important to make sure you're making efforts to reduce your stress level, get quality sleep, things like this to reduce your stress and improve your digestion. Eating late at night. So eating late at night and then laying down to sleep shortly thereafter can lead to heartburn and indigestion. Your body needs time to digest, and laying down very soon after eating can cause the contents of your stomach to rise up and then cause heartburn. So on that note, biggest thing there is just prevent in general as well, anytime earlier in the day, you want to make sure you're not laying down soon after eating. Great thing to do shortly after eating if you're able is even to go on a short walk, which can really help support digestion. And not drinking enough water. So low fluid intake is a common cause of constipation. In addition to water, you can also ensure that you're staying hydrated by sipping herbal teas. Some of those can help support digestion as well, or eating fruits and vegetables that are also high in water and fiber as well. Eating too quickly is another one. So eating a meal too quickly and not chewing each bite completely can lead to bloating, gas, and indigestion. Concentrate on eating mindfully, taking a few deep breaths before your meal to calm down, and chewing each bite completely. Drinking alcohol. So drinking alcohol frequently can affect digestion by increasing acid production in the stomach, and this can lead to heartburn, acid reflux, and stomach ulcers. In addition, alcohol can also cause harmful changes in your balance of gut bacteria. So alcohol has been shown to, over time, kind of promote more of those more harmful strains of bacteria in your microbiome. And lastly, this is an interesting one, chlorinated tap water and antibiotics. So because tap water that is treated with chlorine and antibiotics as well, they've both been shown to kill beneficial gut bacteria. They can affect the overall balance of your gut microbiome, leading to digestive issues. So on that note, want to mention antibiotics are also an amazing thing. So there's certain times where you definitely need to take an antibiotic. However, if you're taking antibiotics very frequently, might be a good idea to look at some other ways that you can help support your gut microbiome and build that beneficial gut bacteria. Also on the chlorinated tap water, pretty simple fix. Getting a filtered water machine, like a Brita filter, something at home that does remove chlorine is an easy way to improve that aspect. So the gut microbiome. Your gut microbiome is the term for the variety of microorganisms living in your gastrointestinal tract, primarily in the intestines. We generally may think of bacteria as a bad thing, but there are beneficial bacteria in your gut that do aid digestion. They make vitamins, absorb nutrients like calcium, and crowd out other harmful microbes that can cause illness. The makeup of your gut microbiome affects your health in so many ways. When your gut microbiome is out of balance, you can experience digestive issues, sleep disruptions, potential weight gain, fatigue, and even food intolerances. An unbalanced gut can actually even put you at higher risk for heart disease. All this to say that keeping a balanced gut is extremely important, not just for digestion, but your health as a whole. Good thing is, there are many, many things you can do to benefit your microbiome. So, how to specifically benefit your microbiome? Number one, probiotics. Taking a probiotic supplement or consuming probiotic foods is an excellent way to boost your microbiome. Probiotics are live bacteria that can crowd out the more harmful strains of bacteria in your gut. In addition to a supplement, consuming fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, kombucha, and fermented vegetables like kimchi or sauerkraut are all great options to benefit your digestion and your microbiome. Secondly, consume prebiotics. Prebiotics are a type of indigestible plant fiber that helps to feed healthy bacteria in your gut. So you're taking those probiotics, those prebiotics are feeding and fueling those healthy bacteria. Bananas, onions, garlic, oats, and berries are a few good examples of prebiotic foods. Next, reduce processed foods. Eating more processed foods can lead to an imbalance in gut bacteria due to a lack of fiber, a high sugar content, and additional ingredients that can affect the microbiome, like preservatives and artificial sweeteners. Focusing on sticking to whole foods the majority of the time and varying the types of fruits and vegetables that you consume is a great way to improve your microbiome. And polyphenols. Polyphenols are plant compounds found in green tea, dark chocolate, olive oil, and whole grains. They are broken down by the microbiome to stimulate healthy bacterial growth. We'll mention there, we do have an excellent polyphenol supplement through G-Plans. It's called Vibrant Reds. So that's an awesome option to check out for polyphenols. So some specific tips on how to improve your digestion. Number one, eat mindfully. When we do eat quickly and we're distracted, this can lead to impaired digestion. Taking a few deep breaths before your meal to slow down and relax, and eating slowly and mindfully can help to ensure that you're chewing each bite appropriately and slowing down to enjoy your meal. So very many benefits of mindful eating, in addition to helping to improve digestion, can also help you to get more in tune with your fullness cues in a dish as well. So can help you to limit your portion sizes and prevent overeating also. Secondly, exercise. Regular activity helps to increase gut transit time and aid digestion. Even taking just a short walk after a meal or getting up from your desk periodically to move and stretch can help to improve your digestion. Like I mentioned before, getting enough sleep is very important. When we don't get enough sleep, this increases stress, which affects our gut negatively. Ensure that you're prioritizing sleep and setting a time to unwind. Avoid electronics if you can shortly before bed, as this can optimize your sleep quality. And with that being said, relax. Because there is a connection between our gut and our brain, stress has been shown to trigger digestive issues. Incorporating a regular relaxation routine like yoga or deep breathing exercises, could even be just going on a walk through nature, can help to relax your body and mind, improving your digestion as well. And lastly here, a good tip that also helps you to stay hydrated, drink herbal teas. Now that it's getting a little cooler outside too, it's a great time to do that. Herbal teas like peppermint and ginger have been shown to support digestion, and they are also a great way to, like I said, ensure you're drinking enough fluids. So great option there. Of course, if you're not adding any sweeteners as well, you can just consider that part of your water intake. So awesome option there. And in conclusion, there are many ways that your gut microbiome and digestive system as a whole can be affected negatively, but there are also many simple ways that you can optimize your digestion and the health of your microbiome. Making small changes like improving sleep quality, limiting processed foods and alcohol, and eating probiotic-rich foods can aid your digestive system tremendously. Please definitely let me know, since we're at the end of our presentation, if you have any other comments or questions specifically about digestion to add in the chat box. I'd love to talk with you now. All right. Okay, all right. See everybody chiming in here. Awesome. I see. All right. The gluten allergy. Okay. Giselle said, I eat lots of veggies, some fruit, not a lot of bread or pasta, but I do eat rice. Stress affects her digestion as well. Drinking plenty of water as well. That's awesome, Giselle. And all right, how do you keep the microbiome balanced? Do you need supplements to do this, or will the food that I eat keep it in check? That's an excellent question. So there may be certain times, for example, if you did just take a course of antibiotics, this is going to be a time where supplements can definitely help. Now, in general, there are plenty of fermented foods that are rich in probiotics, like yogurt or kombucha, fermented vegetables. So you can also obtain probiotics from these food sources as well. But we'll say in certain situations, it might be tough to get the amount that you need from food alone. So taking supplements, a good probiotic, and then definitely ensuring that you're eating plenty of prebiotic-rich foods, or potentially taking a prebiotic supplement as well. Many probiotics do have a prebiotic added into it as well. Might be a good time to supplement in certain situations, if that makes sense. All right, I see Tedlana says, hi, I have diabetes, thyroid, and lupus recently. I've realized I feel more constipated. Yeah, so I would definitely say, Tetlana, starting with some of the tips that I provided today, some of these simple tips can make a big difference. So focusing on some of these simple things, improving sleep quality, consuming more probiotics in a supplement or in foods as well. These little changes can also support your digestion in a big way. So again, I always like to recommend make a goal that works best for you. Set a very realistic goal. Same thing with something like improving your digestion. Take a couple maybe of these tips that I provided today and set a goal to focus on incorporating these tips into your lifestyle. And hopefully after a couple of these tips have been added in, you might see some changes. Continue to set goals moving forward and increase the ability you can to focus on tips with your digestion. So take it one step at a time and go from there. All right. Alex says, what if you already do some of these things? Any particular exercises you recommend? Yes. And again, want to stress too that you could be doing a lot of these things and still having digestive issues. There are digestion in itself, and it can be a complex issue, and there can be a lot of things that can come into play. So taking some of these tips from today can be helpful as a starting point, but again, there may be more details specifically to you that need to be looked at as well. Giselle says as well, does the fermented food need to be included in your daily food log? That's a good question. Yes, so I would say if you're following G plans on your meal plan with certain foods, if you are doing like a yogurt, a kombucha, these do have a reasonable amount of calories in them. So we would want to ensure that we're incorporating that into your meal plan. With some of the fermented vegetables, might not be as important. They're quite low in calories, but again, rich in probiotics. So that might not be as important to ensure that you track each time. But yes, some of these foods, definitely want to incorporate them into your plan to ensure you have them as built in as part of your calories and your macro goals. Very good questions today. Let me know at this time if you have any remaining comments or questions to add. And do want to let you know our topic for next week. So moving on from ways that you can improve your digestion, next week we're going to talk about some just in general tips, easy ways that you can improve your overall health as a whole. So definitely improving your microbiome is going to benefit your health entirely. But next week, we'll dive a little bit into, in general, other additional ways that you can improve your health in a really easy way. All right. I see one more comment here. Alex says, how often would you recommend taking the kombucha? That's a really good question too. So one thing that's important with the gut microbiome is to vary the types of foods and even types of probiotic foods that you eat. The reason why is, for example, with varying your vegetable intake, each of these foods kind of have a different types of prebiotics. And so the more variety that you have, the more variety you tend to have in your gut bacteria as well. So it would be ideal to maybe vary the types of probiotic foods that you consume. So rather than just having kombucha alone, you might want to try kombucha on occasion, maybe kefir on occasion, or fermented veggies, and kind of alternate things like this. You'll be getting different strains of bacteria. Yeah. All right. Yep. So hope this was a helpful topic today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And do feel free as well, if you have any other questions or anything more personal, you can definitely feel free to send me an email anytime. I'd love to get back to you. So do want to remind you, if you're a G Plans member, check your email. Definitely take advantage of this special offer we're running today for a 15-minute call with a nutritionist for just $10. So check that out. And I hope you'll tune in with me next week for some tips on how to improve your health overall in simple ways. See a couple last comments here too. Looking for a list of pre and probiotic foods. That's a good question. I don't particularly have one right now, but do feel free, again, feel free to send me an email and I can get back to you with a little bit more detail on that. I'd love to help you with that as well. So feel free to send me an email. And I would also say, just in general, doing a Google search for probiotic foods and prebiotic foods will give you some good options as well. But feel free to reach out to me. And thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday and rest of your week. And please tune in with me next week when we discuss simple ways to improve your overall health. All right.